Okay, next is Wahid. What's up, man? He says, hey, what is your opinion about running Google search ads for home services without a GMB? Is it profitable? Sure, it can be. For lead gen, it's not. It's very difficult to, in my opinion, to be profitable if you're selling leads that you're generating with Google ads, search ads. Because at least in my industry, tree service industry right now, it's the busy season. So in some of the areas, it's literally $45, $50 per click. And it usually, a good conversion rate, if you have well optimized ads and you have a good landing page, is about a 30% conversion ratio. So you got to think about that. It takes 3 clicks to get a conversion. And, $40, $45 a click, you're paying $120 for a fucking conversion. It's almost impossible to monetize that when you're selling leads. So I don't do it. If I have a client that wants me to run ads, then I will run ads. And it usually typically I suggest against Google search ads for contractors now, because it is very difficult. It's so expensive. Again, it depends on the industry. Does it make sense if it's exclusive leads, because I'm running a Google ads campaign for a tree contractor, for example, and it takes $120 and 3 clicks at $40 per click for a tree removal job, a tree removal lead to come in. Is it worth it? Well, very likely, yes, because they might pay $120 to get that tree removal lead that, on average in our area, a tree removal job is on average $1,500, right? And that's average. It varies wildly, but that's on average. So was it worth it? Of course it was. But on a lead gen side of things, it's very difficult to monetize that. So it just depends on what it is that, who you're generating leads for, Wahid. If it's for your own business, it's very difficult, in my opinion. Again, I don't know what industry you're in, but you said home services. And I found that, if you're doing ads for a client and their margins are high, then yes, it can be profitable. But if you're running ads to generate leads that you can turn around and sell, it's very difficult to monetize those leads, except for, like I said, if you get good at YouTube ads, you can get relatively cheap leads that way. It takes some dialing in to do, but also I found that if you're doing call only ads, that you can typically get better results, like as far as your cost per acquisition or cost per lead, you can get significantly lower than traditional search and click ads, like, they go to a landing page, because they're call only ads. I've found I can still oftentimes make those profitable, even on a lead gen side of things, but it's so much work though. I'd rather just focus on organic and maps SEO to achieve the same kind of results without having to piss through a bunch of money in Google ad spend. That makes sense. Anybody want to comment on that?
Yeah, I was seeing numbers the other day from across multiple home service niches, and the way that it goes is the map pack gets the highest percentage of clicks, then ads. So people are focusing on maps, then the Google ads that are right above the map pack, and then the organic.
Yeah.
And organic, it's only like 3 or 4. If you're not like top 5 organic, top 3 probably, then you're not getting, I'm not going to say none. You're getting hardly any action.
That's correct. Yeah. And think about it, because, unless you're in the top 3, like Marco said, and even then, a lot of the times, especially for home service type of search queries, guys, that Google has pushed the organic listings below the fold.
Yep.
Right, below the viewable area on most monitors and devices. So like, you don't even see organic unless you scroll a third of the way down the page. And so that's part of the reason. I totally agree. And I've got these stats from my own tree service work that 80% of the leads that I've generated over the last decade for tree service contractors have come through maps. Only about 5% through ads, believe it or not, and 15% through organic links, right? The organic section. And I went back and looked at a lot of my data, and I proved that out. And so, like I said, for me, it's just not worth focusing on ads, because it's such a small margin, and yet it only produces 5% of the results, whereas 80% come through maps, which is why I focused on that almost exclusively for the last many years. But more recently, I've been also targeting organic stuff, because I'm doing some mass page build, and I wanted to kind of get back into ranking organically as well. And 15% of the leads is worth it, in my opinion. Especially if you can combine that with the maps rankings, then you end up with about 95% of the market share, essentially. So